rifles one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. Forced out to his left. Got an open man, it's QT. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, D.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Watson. He's going to have the hook up to QT. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And to give this time to the tailback. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Reset.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
We play to win. 56 at the mic. I'm coming after you.
Now a first down throw. Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Squeeze. Get it.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
18 Gator.
Now they try the right side here. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Now Gurley. A big run there by Gurley. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. A throw left side to start the drive is complete, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Watson. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Silver. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Let's make these
They're going for it. It's Watson. Steps away to his left. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Got it. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. All day. Switch. Yeah.
And he'll give it here to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check my 21. Stay with your man. Kill.
Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
On the set. My 21. Check my 21. Yeah. You don't want to know. Shoot.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Whip. Watch the whip. Switch. Sponge.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. They run. It's Gurley. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This from 25 yards out. The kick by Maher is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 3. 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on the 9 over there.
At the 38.
On 2nd and 9, Watson flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. From the 50, it's Watson. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
That's it, baby.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again is Watson. He's got Fuller. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Watson looks to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
He's chucking it.
Here's Gurley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Roll out. Under 10. 10. Ready.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. Here's Brian Anger now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Here's Hill on the return. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
15-9.
Now Gurley, handoff left. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And touchdown.